Welcome you all. Today we are going to study about the very interesting topic of atmosphere. The atmosphere is a content of environmental studies, uh, which is a very trending subject and very much essential subject for the diploma and degree levels. So let's start about the very much interesting and is the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a acts as a blanket for the earth, which surrounds the earth and protects it from the UV rays or from the radio waves coming on the surface of the earth from the sun. The earth system. The earth system is a combination of four parts, that is a biosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, in which atmosphere is related with the air and air gases present in the air. The geosphere is related with the geosphere is related with the geosphere is related with the solid materials present on the earth's surface. Hydrosphere is related with the water present on the surface of the earth and also the subsurface water present below the earth's surface. The biosphere. The biosphere includes the living and non-living non-living objects uh, in the earth's surface. So next slide, the compositions of the air. As we all know that air contains um, varieties of gases, that is the nitrogen, oxygen. There are some also other gases present in the air. So the nitrogen uh, is having a 78% quantity of total air present on the Earth's surface. The oxygen is a 21% out of the total air, and other gases are 1% out of the total air on the Earth's surface. Uh, Here is one new concept, that is a greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases is gases which are uh, responsible for the greenhouse effect in the Earth. What is the greenhouse effect? The greenhouse effect is related with the trapping of heat in the atmosphere, which is coming from the Earth's surface. When the Earth or sun rays enters in the atmosphere, some quantities of heat is uh, need to be reflected back. But due to the greenhouse effect, the more quantities of heat is getting trapped in the atmosphere, and that is responsible for the uh, global warming or increasing the planet's overall temperature. The greenhouse gases are carbon, carbon dioxide, water vapors, and methanes. Here we can see the detailed compositions of the atmosphere. That that is nitrogen, it is 78.08%, oxygen is 20.95%, and argon is a 0.93%, and remaining part, that is of all other gases, that is 0.04%. In all other gases, the following list of gases is included, and their percentage with respect to that particular type is also mentioned. That is, carbon dioxide is a 0.035%, neon is a 0.0018%, helium is 0.00052%, methane 0.00014%, krypton is a 0.00010%, nitrous oxide is a 0.00005%, hydrogen is a 0.00005%, ozone is a 0.00007%. Then next part, that is the layers of the atmosphere. Till the last slide, we have seen the compositions of that uh, atmosphere. Now we have to see the layers of the atmosphere. In the layers of the atmosphere, there is a four layers, that is a troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. That is also called as a ionosphere. So the troposphere. Troposphere is the bottom layer of the atmosphere, which is close or near to the Earth's surface, and it is having the thickness of 11 kilometers from the Earth's surface. In the troposphere, the temperature is decreasing with increasing in the altitude. As we can observe that when we climb any mountain or any or we reach a high altitude in this region of the troposphere, then we will feel, as we reaches the highest altitude, then the temperature is getting reduced respectively. The very common example of this is a when we are near the sea level, we feel normal temperature of the air. As we climb the Everest, or as we climb any mountain, suppose Everest, then we will feel there is a very cold environment. In the troposphere, the air is generally flow in the vertical direction and in the turbulent flow. Out of the total volume of air, this troposphere contains about 78% of the air, and in this layer, the major part is of N2 and O2 gases, that is a nitrogen and oxygen. So here you can see the diagrams or the pictorial view of the layers. You can see here in the troposphere, the temperature is getting reduced with respect to the altitude. Here is the altitude height in kilometers, and here is the temperature in degrees Celsius. Here you can see that this is a dot line representing the temperature variations. The stratosphere. The second layer of the atmosphere is the stratosphere, and it is a it is having a height or limit up to the 50 kilometers. Before uh, troposphere, and uh, in between the stratosphere and a troposphere, there is one layer that is called as a tropopause. From that tropopause and stratopause, or the height of the stratopause is a 50 kilometer. In the stratosphere, the airflow is a horizontal, and the temperature is increasing with increase in the altitude. Here we can see the temperature variation line is the temperature is getting increased with increase in the altitude up to the stratopause layer. And the stratosphere is contains O3 layer, that is the ozone layer, in the upper regions, and also uh, in the most of the jet planes which we see in the sky, that is traveling in the stratosphere layer. Out of the total air volume, the stratosphere contains of 24%. This is Here we can see the mesosphere layer that starts from the stratopause and ends at the mesopause. The mesosphere is the third layer of the atmosphere, and it is up to 80 kilometers height from the sea level or earth surface. In the mesosphere, the temperature decreases with the increase in the altitude, and the very most important thing, that is the mesosphere is the coldest layer of the atmosphere. And in the mesosphere, most of the meteors, that is uh, asteroids, in general language we see we called it as asteroid, that is a falling rock from the space towards the earth. In the layer of mesosphere, the most of the asteroids or the falling rocks from the space towards the earth is getting burned. Here you can see the fourth layer, thermopods, thermosphere. Here you can see the ozone layer, that is some part is in the stratosphere and some part is in the mesosphere. Here you can see the ionosphere, the layer of ionosphere, that is include mesosphere and thermosphere. The thermosphere. This is the fourth layer of atmosphere. It is up to 1000 kilometers from the sea level. In another words, you can see that this is the thickest or mm, thickest layer of the atmosphere. It is also a hottest layer of the atmosphere due to the ions, H plus ions and He negative ions, that directly absorb the sun's radiation. That's why this layer protects us from the radiation. The temperature increases with the increase in the altitude and where the radio waves get reflected. The thermosphere protects us in the two ways, that is, it absorbs sun's radiation and also reflects the radio waves coming from the sun. So importance of the atmosphere. Now we seen the components and the gases present in the atmosphere. Now we have to see now we have to see the importance of the atmosphere for the human being or for the uh, Earth's regular motion or Earth's uh, the all the living things or living and non-living things in the Earth's surface. Atmosphere provides the necessary gases for the living things to survive. That is the most important thing. Atmosphere provides us. It also regulates the heat from the sun to just the right temperature for the life on the earth. We all know that the some constant heat should be there for the living organisms on the earth surface. But if the heat is get im- increased, then we will not survive on this planet. So it regulates the heat from the sun coming towards the earth. Play an important role in the water cycle. It also regulates or mm, maintains the water cycle. The ozone layer protects the earth from the sun's harmful UV rays. That is also a very much essential thing. The atmosphere protects the earth from small meteors. As we discussed, that meteors mm, called asteroids should be destroy should be mm, end in the air or in the atmosphere. If these asteroids get uh, impact or will get touch the earth, then we will feel the some earthquakes or tsunamis, and this will destroy the uh, most of the areas of the earth. Points to ponder: to consider something carefully, that is called as a ponder. uh, Points we have to need careful discussion or we have to think about, that is air pollution. Where does it come from? How does air pollution affects us? What can we do about air pollution? What is the Clean Air Act all about? That point needs to be considered very carefully. So let's summarize our topic today. Here are some questions and the answers based on the content we have just covered. So we have to identify the layer of the atmosphere being described in these questions. The first question is composed of hydrogen and helium, means the atmospheric layer that is composed of hydrogen and helium, that is a thermosphere. Which layer is composed of hydrogen and helium? That is a thermosphere. Second question, which layer of atmosphere most affected by the air pollution? Means, as we know that the troposphere is very much close to the or very much near the earth's surface, and we all the live in the or we all live on the earth surface. That's why the air pollution is in the troposphere. Identify the layer of the atmosphere being described. Third question, that is protects the organism from the harmful rays of the sun. Which layer protects us from the harmful rays of the sun? That is a stratosphere. Which layer contains the most dense air? It is also troposphere. Fifth, which layer contains the least dense or thinnest air? That is the thermosphere. Which layer is the coldest layer of the atmosphere? That is the mesosphere. Which layer contains ozone? That is the stratosphere. In which layer most of the metals get burned? That is in the mesosphere. In which layer aeroplanes and jet planes fly? That is the stratosphere. In which layer where weather changes happens? That is in the troposphere. Here are some questions based on the true or false. Nitrogen N2 gas is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere. That is a true. Methane CH4 is not a greenhouse gas. That is a false question. Thermosphere and mesosphere are the hottest layers of the atmosphere. That is also a false question. Air pressure is highest in the troposphere layer. That is a true. And here we have ended our slides, and I just want to tell you that if you have any questions or any suggestions regarding this video, you can comment your opinions in the comment box, and it is very much essential that like the video and subscribe it to get my more videos on this topic. Thank you all.